So in this video, I'm going to show you how I made this really cheap keyboard that literally costs $68 to sound really premium. So in case you missed it, I released a short video where I built my New Year's Eve theme keyboard. It was made using parts that I bought of drop.com, so I used the Womier K61, I used the Momoka Matsuri keycaps, and for the switches, I used Drop Halo Trues. Assembling the keyboard without any modification is alright. I do believe that we can do so much more and even better. So I made it a challenge. Make this keyboard sound as premium as possible using as many modifications as I can. So I've dismantled my keyboard, which didn't take long to be honest, and I've decided to do the tape mod. Put 3 layers of painter's tape, then after that, I foam modded it using a piece of foam that I received in my box of keycaps. Next up is modifying the switches, and that means doing as many mods as I can just so that I get a decent typing experience. So on the PCB, I've added some switch foams, which are basically little paddings that you put on top of the PCB. They're really thin and really soft, so I recommend go getting them. And for the switches, I lubed them up with CrackTalk's 205G0s, as well as putting some switch films because why not? We're trying to make this sound as good as possible, so I have to do all the stops. I was considering using some plate foam as well, but unfortunately, the Womier K61 doesn't allow that. So yeah, that's just one of the limitations I had when doing this hefty modification build. Luckily, there was some room for me to do a small modification when it comes to space bars. So in between the plate and the PCB, I've placed in tiny pieces of foam that I've cut and slit them in between. If you're wondering where I got the tools to help me modify my stuff, a majority of them came from TheKey.Company, which, good news, I'm now an affiliate of. So feel free to use my code KittyJ at checkout so you can get a 5% discount in all your purchases. Links down below. Lastly is modifying the stabs because we all know the pain of rattly and ticking stabilizers. So the first thing I did, I got some Duroc plate mount stabilizers. I then grabbed some medical tape and did a bit of tape modding on where the stabilizers would sit. I've then lubed them up, but I know that's not enough. So I grabbed this PCB mount stabilizer soulmate kit, which are not usually for plate mount stabilizers, but I wanted to use some of the things that this kit provided just so it can give my stabilizers some support. Did it work? I think that's up to you to decide, but for me, I think it kinda did. Unfortunately, one of the stabs still has ticking and there's not a lot much I can do to fix that. I tried everything I can. And after putting back all the keycaps, it is complete. Overall, I think this heavy modification project did such a huge improvement to such a really cheap board. Yes, it took literally an entire day's worth just to finish lubing and modifying everything, but I think it is worth it. I know a lot of people rather buy premium boards just because they want to have that premium typing feel, but if you put a lot of hard work to a cheaper one, it can produce similar results. So if you would like to hear sound tests, feel free to wait till the end of the video as I'm gonna be comparing both the stock build and the heavy modified build. If you want to see more keyboard builds, feel free to press like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell on my YouTube channel. Not a lot of you subscribe to my channel, so it'll be really highly appreciated if you do. And lastly, all the parts and pieces and tools that I use for this heavy modification build will be linked down below. Some of them will be affiliate links, so feel free to support me through that. My name is KittyJ, KittyJ out, and I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you enjoyed these sound tests. See ya! Bye!